Hey there, everybody. Robert Taylor with Wonderscape Creations, continuing on with our ACF Ultimate series, specifically within the combat. Before we do continue, I do want to remind everybody, please make sure you do not make any changes within the full sample or the integrations or within the plugin. I will be showing you what you should do instead in all of my episodes. I just need to make sure that this is said because it's an issue that happens often within the community. And it really harms our users as they are then lose a lot of work or can't or refuse to utilize an update because they don't want to lose their work. So please learn from the methods used and let's get going. So last time we made our sword, our tutorial sword here. So we are going to move right on into movesets. And there's a lot that needs to be understood about how movesets work with weapons. So as you see right here, moveset, overlay, moveset, action, moveset. So right now it's using just this moveset. And this specific moveset is this right here, me walking around. This is the moveset that it'll use with the sword. If you don't have a weapon moveset, then that works just fine. However, a lot of animation packs these days do have those movesets. So we're going to make sure we take a look at all of that. So how this is all connected, as you can see, you set the moveset here of what you want with the sword. And then here in the template that you have for your character, where we set our unarmed template, where moveset is at, is where this happens. So if you're wanting a sword moveset, you would hit the plus, do moveset.sword, and go on from there. I'm not going to do that in this series, in this episode, because we've already gone over that. It's so if you really want that to work and to happen, all you're going to need to do is to follow the episode where we set this up, and everything is going to work just fine. So with that being said, the only thing that you have to change is adding and do moveset dot whatever the weapon is. And I'm about to show you what you need to do when you're going to be adding on to the gameplay tags so that you don't have to worry about altering the data tables provided. So as I pointed out here, we have moveset. This is for the sword. We come over here, moveset overlay. So if there's an overlay, that's something we'll go over in a future episode. And moveset actions, moveset dot single hand sword. If you come here to the player now, not the animation, and you come down to the actions component here with the sword, moveset dot single hand sword. And this is the action. This isn't the weapon. And we're going over the action set now. I just want to make sure you understand this is how they're connected. The moveset for attacks is on the player and on the weapon, and the moveset for locomotion is on the weapon and on the animation blueprint. So let us continue on now that I've beaten that dead horse. First thing we want to do is create a gameplay tag because we currently don't have what we need here. So if we come here to this one, sorry, we don't want to do that. Let's come back over here. We have moveset.single hand sword. It's not what we want. We're not going to want to do that. We could do that, but then we would have to do a whole lot more data. And that's just annoying. So what we're going to do is right click, type data table. And then we're going to come down here where it says pick row structure. We're going to type gameplay tag table row. Hit OK. And I'm going to hit DT for data table. That's right. We're in Pasc. So ACF underscore weapon movesets underscore DT. All right. Oh, it's not underscore. That's fine. We'll keep it just like that. Now we're going to open it up. We're going to hit play. Hit the plus sign, not play. So for the tag, we need to look at how these tags are set. So first we want moveset, and then there's a period, and single hand sword. Let me see which animations I have real quick. Okay, so it's katana. So that's what we're going to use. We're just going to keep it as single hand sword. Single hand sword. And then period. Now, katana. I know this sword isn't a katana, but I didn't have a free one. And this is the animation set that I'm going to use. So we hit save. Now we need to come into the project settings. Gameplay tags. We are going to hit this plus sign here where it says gameplay tag table list. And as long as we still have it selected, when we hit the arrow, it would show up, and we didn't. So let's select this again. Hit the arrow, there we go. And now we're going to find it. We come here, we can close this for now. We don't need this data table. Come here to the weapon. So moveset.single hand sword. Here's katana. So we want to put katana and katana. Perfect. Now we know that that's how that works. Compile, save. Now you're going to notice that if we were to hit play, let's equip everything. It's not working. Instead, we're getting the unarmed movement, and that is because we now need to set up the move set. We come in here to actions, move set actions. We're going to hit the plus sign. We don't have an action set yet, but that's fine. I'm going to type katana so that I can quickly find my move set. And now we have that set. So now, within blueprints, I'm going to right click, come here to ACF combat, actions, action set. And we're just going to have this be the ACF action set. I don't know what all of these extra are. We're still cleaning these extra things out, and it's fine. Oh, no, we want ACF. 1 second. Okay, so it is ACF action sets. Go ahead and hit OK. And we are going to name this ACF underscore katana action set underscore BP. Oh no, we definitely don't want to do that. That's right, because these are action sets. Underscore AS is how Pask does it. So we actually don't need to type out action set here. There we go. So now we open this bad boy up. Hit save. I'm not sure why I did. But before we do anything, because we don't want to forget, we now have this. Make sure it's selected. Place in here. Now we just need to set up some actions. So if we utilize, not necessarily utilize, but if we come here to this one right here, we can see what Pask has in the actions for right now. He kept it very simple, which is what we're going to do because I'm teaching you how to use it. We're not making a full-fledged game. So he has an attack. He has an attack on horse. If you're on horseback, you need to make sure you have animations that do that. And then jump attacks. We are going to make sure we touch on this, and then I'm going to explain how to swap between the two because there's already functions set up to help you make that happen. Excuse me. So we're going to use this as an example to help us better understand what's going on here. We're going to hit the plus sign here. And in tag names, again, it's been kept simple. Actions. Attack 1, 2, 3. If you want to have more, you can easily add more. It's a great idea to keep these generic, especially when it comes down to the AI, which we'll show soon enough. You only want things to be exact where they need to be. So, like crouch and dash and death, hit, but attack, keep them generic where you can. So if you're going to have an ultimate ability with each weapon, then name it ultimate or something. Naming the ability just creates a longer list for your gameplay tags. And it makes it to where it's very difficult to reuse actions. So we're going to come here, I'm going to name it attack. And then right here, we're going to use a pre-made action. After we have this done, I'm going to show you how to make your own pre-made actions to use in the future. And we are going to look for attack, action BP. Yep, that one. And now it's going to bring up this information for us. So left and right weapon, it is definitely just going to be a right weapon only. Trace channels, we're not setting up here. Action cost. How much do you want it to cost to utilize? Root motion warped. So do you want the animation to warp to the target? This will only work if there is root motion data. So the root bone needs to have data, and we went over that in the first couple of episodes. If it doesn't, it'll still do the action, but it won't warp to the target. There's just nothing you can do about that. And then the warp magnetism, so how quickly, how strongly does it warp towards it? What's the max it'll start warping, the minimum that it'll start warping? And then the angle. So do you want the person to be directly behind you and you just warp to them? These are things you want to think about. All right. So now we need to create our first attack. So we're going to come here. I'm using the this right here. The Handsome Sword Combat Anims bundle. Specifically, I'm using the katana. The animations actually seem pretty decent. I haven't seen an issue with them yet. So let's go ahead to attack here. 1 second. Sorry about that. Having a little bit of a coughing fit. So now we need to go and pick our animations. I honestly have not actually looked at the animations. So we're going to take a look here. And to remove the distraction here, I'm going to come to Bones and select it only. So I think this one's pretty cool. Combo 2. All right. As you can see, they then end the animation to stand up straight. That's the benefit of using combos, but sometimes things aren't how you want them. I won't be going deeply in how to modify animations because as you can see here, /1 does that. And then /2 does that. And if you think about it like that, and then this one, you could actually merge them together. It's something I can definitely show how to do in future videos. It's not ACF specific. It's just an animation thing, adjusting animations. So again, it's something that can be gone through in the future. So we are going to choose /1. And we're going to come here to the, where is it? Create Animontage and ACF. Katana attack, AM for anim montage. We're going to open it up. As you can see, it's the same as the animation. But we're going to go a step further. Let's see. Open a new window so that I can have two open. Do I want it to do this and then that? Yeah, I think I will, just for the heck of it, because I want to show things off a bit. So then we're going to come here, drag this in here. And then we're going to come to /2. Now, let's go ahead and take care of the root motion stuff because that's what's causing the massive disconnect. Combo 1, open it up. Root motion, force root lock. There we go. And hit save. And then we have /1, which, as you can see, there is movement forward. So we want to lock that. Save. And then check mark those. So now, there we go. So the next thing we need to do is we need to create, just want to make sure I do this right. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's been a long day. Kids have been sick, so my brain hasn't exactly been working properly. I'm going to maximize this now because we're going to be in here for a bit. The next thing we need to do is we need to create sections. So we're going to right click here on this top row, new montage section, and we're going to name it Combo 2. Now it's important to note that this method currently only works with the player, not with the AI. So you would need to keep this chained. So you would have several different montages, one that just does this, one that does both of these, and one that does all three of these, one that does just these two, things like that. And that's, again, something that is being worked on. So we have this combo. Again, we're going to do right here, new montage, Combo 3. Now, right now, as it stands, come here to montage section. It's going to play all of it regardless. So when you hit the attack, it will right now do all three of these attacks. You have no control. We don't want that. So we are going to hit this arrow, remove link, and this arrow, remove link. So now it's just going to hit this, and it will only come to this one if we hit the mouse button again in time. So, with that being said, first thing we need to do is we're going to right click right here, add notify state, ACF action substate. Going to drag this bad boy out, and you don't necessarily want it this long. You don't want to take over the whole thing, and here's why. Right now it's active. Say it's an enemy. You don't want to be running past them right here, and they're pulling their sword down, and you take damage from the sword after you successfully dodged it. So you want this to end where the attack ends, not where they're drawing it in. Next thing we want to have is an ACF notify exit action. So right click, add notify exit action. All right. So to speed things along as well, because, most of the animation is leaving the attack, and I find that a little ridiculous. Track, insert notify track. All right. So now I'm going to right click here, come to the notify state, and type in slow. We want this to speed up. Call me crazy. Let's change this to 2. Still not fast enough. And that happens. There we go. So 4 is certainly fast enough. Like I said, in reality, it would be smarter to instead edit the animations, but we don't have time for it because as you can see right here like this, you could then have them turning into it instead. But we're not going to worry about that for now. Yeah. So that's just how it's going to have to be. And now we're going to preview combo 2. So now we know we want it hit there, hit there, hit there. So it's 3 hits. Now it would be, here, I'm going to create another track for the notifies. Here we go. You would think that if you were to right click here, create this action substate, and you drag it all the way out, that it would be just fine. And in many cases it is. If you select in the, is it the weapon? I believe so. Here in the weapon, come here to collision, and you can choose. There is a check mark somewhere, and I'll find it later, where they can be hit multiple times within one attack. Right here. Allow multiple hits per swing. Then, regardless of how many times they're hit, they will be hit. Versus, if that's not checked, then they'll be hit once, twice, because they're just 2 separate weapons, assuming you have 2 weapons. And then no third. We want that third. So first, let's come here. All right. So now we know about right here. Then we're going to come over here and create another substate. Just because sometimes when you check that, they'll get hit like 3 or 4 times, and not what I'm looking for specifically, and I like to have that finite control. There we go. And then, of course, we want to do the slow to speed it up. I understand the irony there. So 4. And then we want this. Add notify. Exit action. So now when we hit play, let's have this start sooner. There we go. Now we're going to come here to preview the third one. And now we know that this one is just a simple uppercut. So again, right click, action substate, uppercut. And this one we can allow, it doesn't have to end as quickly, but I feel like it takes a little too long for my liking. So right click, slow. Make this a 2 instead of a 4 like I have the other ones. Then right click down here to add the exit action notify. All right. Now we're going to hit save. This is set up and ready. We come here to our action set, and our new montage goes right there. Compile, save. Now then, because I've already connected everything, there we go. We now have our first moveset set up. Fantastic. And that's pretty much what you have to do. Obviously, if it's not fast enough, again, go into the animations, adjust all of this. learn how to change the length of them if you want to get rid of certain parts. Just make sure that they match nicely, otherwise you're going to have a lot of jittering. It's literally just making the animations work for your needs. If enough people request it in the comments of this video, then I will happily go ahead and, once this whole series is done, make a mini series about altering animations to better fit the move sets. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the support. Please make sure you like and subscribe. And if you would like to donate or support me and my cause, you can always buy me a coffee or join my Patreon. Have a wonderful day.